My conversations feature 9. Greetings from Stephen Gill. I'm here to answer a question from Professor Dr. Shobha Diwakar. Her question is about Stephen Gill's belief in the ideology of live and let live. It is also a belief of Karamchand Gandhi. In other words, it is a Gandhian thought. She asked me to comment. Professor Dr. Shobha Diwakar is retired as a professor of English literature. She has authored literary books and several research papers. She is a poet also. The ideology of live and let live is the ideology of non-violence. This ideology of non-violence is based on the ideology of cooperation for survival. The ideology of live and let live does not believe in the instinct of aggression for survival. The ideology of live and let live is based on the instinct of survival, and this instinct of survival is more powerful than the instinct of aggression. The instinct of survival is more powerful, as I said. The instinct of survival needs the means of cooperation and love to succeed. The blueprint of live and let live is in the gospel of multiculturalism, and multiculturalism is the child of the mystery that is wombed in the ideology of live and let live. The ability to appreciate every heaven in the sunny eyes of multiculturalism is the first step to promote peace. About 2,500 years ago, Buddha in India provided the blueprint to live and let live. About 500 years after Buddha, Christ specified the glory of this blueprint in limitless compassion and forgiveness. Among the sages of today, Mohan Das Karamchand Gandhi is a glaring example. He had a firm faith in non-violence. Gandhi has influenced many other human activists like Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela, in addition to several more who are directly and indirectly influenced by Gandhi. Till the time of Karamchand Gandhi, non-violence was talked about in the field of religion. It was Gandhi who used this concept in politics. He initiated the Swadeshi movement to get independence for Indians. He insisted on Indians not to buy any goods from the British, and that ultimately led to make British leave India. I appreciate Gandhi for his non cooperative movement, and it is because it was a non-violent device to compel English rulers to leave India without any armed conflicts. Mahatma Gandhi or Karamchand Gandhi produced a symphony of human hearts. He was able to produce this symphony to achieve his goal of peace through peaceful means. Karamchand Gandhi initiated the practice of non-violence. He initiated the practice of non-violent protest to achieve political and social changes in India. He led protests across India for the removal of poverty. He led protests across India to free women. He led protests across India for unity among different religions and among ethnic groups, and to end untouchability and to end caste discrimination, for the economic self-sufficiency of the nation, and above all, for the freedom of India from the British rulers. He never wavered in his conviction of non-violence. Before Karamchand Gandhi, the ideology of non-violence was confined to the gospel of Jesus in the West, and it was confined to the teachings of Gautama Buddha in the East. In social and political fields, it was not a popular and acceptable concept. I am talking about the concept of non-violence and the concept of live and let live. With the exception of few books, with the exception of few pamphlets here and there, this ideology never gained the momentum of a serious movement. Politicians have now started talking about the technique of nonviolence in depth. It is encouraging that there are organizations, that there are schools to focus on these strategies. The United Nations declared the 2nd of October as the International Day for Nonviolence. This day is remembered also Mahatma Gandhi, who was born on the 2nd of October. I have repeatedly said in my writings, that violence is for animals, and humans are certainly above animals. The goal of non-violence is to destroy, is to annihilate. Violence is an aggressive behavior that destroys even those who practice it. I deeply believe that live and let live is the way for personal and national prosperity. The philosophy of live and let live happens to originate in India. This philosophy is going to be the guiding stars of the future of mankind. And if the world will not follow this guiding star, the survival of the world will remain always in danger. I often say, based on my research that I did more deeply when I was writing my novels, The Coexistence, and another novel, The Chhattisgarh. And I said particularly in those days, I studied it very deeply and I found peace gives health. The best example is Christ. Christ is remembered as the Prince of Peace. And Christ never had any sickness, nor even fever, even for a few hours. My friends, peace gives a disease-free body. Peace gives happiness. Peace gives prosperity. A country that has no peace, that country becomes poor. No one likes to visit that country as tourists. As a result, that country starts losing foreign currency. Many nations live just on the money of tourists. The country where there is no peace, that country does not earn money from tourists. Investors from other countries will not like to invest money in a country which is poor. It is because there is instability. Even those who have money in such countries will deposit their money in foreign banks. Youth and talented people will move out of that country and settle abroad. There is a disorder in the country. Politicians create in such countries imaginary fears that their country is going to be invaded by the neighboring countries. Politicians use taxpayers' hard-earned money and also borrow heavily to strengthen their armies. The money that should be used to open colleges, the money that should be used to open schools, the money that should be used to have more hospitals, that money is used to buy engines of destruction, the engines of death. Citizens lose the beauty of peace. My friend, peace is the heart of the body. And what happens if the heart stops? Peace is a liberator. Peace is a healer. If there is any true religion, that religion must be peace. that religion must be made of peace. If there is any true language, that language must be peace. If there is any true culture, that is the culture of peace. Friends, peace and love are supreme sources for great works of art. Friends, peace is ocean. Friends, the energy that comes from this ocean is infinite. Human is the wave of the infinite ocean. And that infinite ocean is Yahweh. That infinite ocean is the Almighty. That infinite ocean is divinity. Even the personal peace is so powerful that it forces rulers to abdicate their thrones. In 1931, King Edward, the Prince of Wales, fell in love with Wallis Simpson, an American divorcee. King Edward abdicated the throne after ruling for less than a year to marry her. Buddha left the throne to nomad. Buddha left the throne to wander around in jungles to find reasons for human suffering. Several individuals practiced detachments and meditation for peace. I have discussed the philosophy of detachment in details in my novel. In my novel, The Chhattisgarh, most people seek peace in wealth. Most people seek peace in establishing their names in areas like sports and arts. Let me touch peace in the life of an individual. Every organ of the body needs peace to function properly. This is the way. As I have said in the beginning, this is the way to gain longevity. This is the way to gain a disease-free body. This is the way to gain health. Humans have subdued the earth, and earth now grows food more than there is a need. Even more food has become a problem. Our rulers know the problem. Singers sing for peace, scholars write for peace, statesmen talk about peace, and armies fight to push peace. But peace is still elusive. Peace is still a dream. Peace is will of the wisp that ever escape the grasp of humankind. We live in an atmosphere that is without peace. In this poisonous atmosphere, in this toxic environment, killers are glorified, and those who make war are honored and praised. And Jesus in his Sermon on the Mount says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." These children of God increase joy. These children of God tried to recreate the Garden of Eden on earth by promoting peace through peaceful means. These utopists, these killers, these assassins of humanity presume that through killing and fabricating lies and denying others the right to live, they will be able to establish a world of peace. They are wrong. They are absolutely wrong. They forget that a contaminated, blood-stained towel cannot clean the blood. They will produce only contaminated results. They forget that health, they forget that prosperity and long life come from peace, and the source of peace is only the Almighty. The source of that peace is love without any condition. Peace embraces a being when being does not kill. Peace smiles for the person when he or she does not steal. Peace is friendly with all those who honor their father, who honor their mother. Peace dwells in the heart of every person who does not give false witness. Peace accompanies those who are content with what they have, and they do not become greedy. Peace is faithful to those who do not lie. I believe in the philosophy of live and let live because it produces peace, my friend. Thanks for listening. God bless you all.